Hey everybody, and welcome to the Gauntlet. We go everything esports news. I'm your host, your new host, who's also back. Your host, Captain Zeus, followed by my co-hosts, JT and Novaburst, who was my temporary host due to last week's shunning. We have this week's matchups for week 26 of the Overwatch League. Now, these are going to be the final matches before the Countdown Cup. These will help determine placements. I'll have the schedule pop up here. There's going to be one match missing from the matchup lineup deal because they have to do the match for the NA region to qualify for the knockout round, which we don't know who that is until all of these matches are over. But basically, it's going to be somewhat of a short week, kind of some boring matches just because they're trying to just make sure everyone's placed in the proper areas. So we'll start off with day one. Dallas versus Philly, and then LA Valiant versus Houston. I kind of feel bad for Dallas on this one.
It's going to be a game 5. They might lose it, but it's a game 5. So.
Not in any way, shape, or form.
Dallas is in good form. We're going to go into this.
No, what universe do you live in?
We've got a lot of practice that we've been going in, game plans, strategies. We have data on our side, so it's going to be at least a game 5.
It's like a flashback to like 5-6 weeks ago when you said data on all the Asian region teams.
Data. Data.
This will be like this will be a 3-1 Philly. I'll give Dallas the benefit of the doubt, to be honest.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to reciprocate that. But
it's a 3-1 Philly. We have a coach over here, Mr. Novaburst. How is your predictions on this?
New Houston coach.
He's the new Houston coach and
Houston
CEO
coach,
and owner.
CEO, team leader, branch manager, everything. So I despise Dallas. They're our rivals. This season, I know we only have a couple weeks left, but this season we're gonna close out good. So Dallas, they're gonna get swept 3-0, no problem. We don't need them to win. They need to lose. We got this.
So speaking of your team, the Houston Outlaws, you're up against the LA Valiant. How are you feeling? How confident are you about this matchup?
I'm completely confident because guess what? There's new management, players, strategy, and leadership coming into this Houston Outlaws team. They actually were offering all those positions for $5, so I took it up on them, and we're changing things around here. Okay. Dante, I got you. No problem. Muma, you can sit back and watch, okay? Because we're coming in and we're coming hot. We're honestly, watch this. This is going to be our new outcoming. We're going to do phenomenal. It's going to be a 3-0. No problem.
Oh, wow.
Houston, 3-0. Yeah, see this H? I'll wear this with pride, okay? Houston Outlaws. We bleed green every day. Okay, so it's no problem. We got this. Let's go Houston Outlaws.
And I heard you also own 49% of the company now, which is fantastic. Good job on you. How much was it again?
The whole company? It was $5.
Dang. And I'm guessing.
Wait, was that a package deal?
I think it was.
So
it was a whole package deal.
It was a bundle.
So you got CEO, branch manager, head coach, 49%,
and players.
And player spot for $5.
Yeah, I didn't have a 5 on me, so I just gave them 20. So they just kept the rest.
Oh, geez. Yeah. So a donation too. You're such a generous CEO.
I'm very generous.
You know, I think that money would have been better spent on like a Subway sandwich.
Wow.
Like rubber, but okay. Well, I mean,
yeah.
That's on them when they use the $20 on. So.
Well, $15.
No, it's actually on you because you're the CEO.
It is on you now.
That's
you
true.
own the company.
All right, guys.
You better increase your salary. But only for like 3 people.
So we're going to move on to day 2 here. We have Seoul Dynasty against Hangzhou to start it off. I'm going to give Seoul one last chance. One last chance to prove that they have the stuff to win something. I want this to go to a game 5 against Hangzhou. I need you to be the Seoul you were in the Melee and just show up and do good.
Okay. I think the charge is going to charge right on over them to the playoffs where it actually matters. 3-0.
That was you know, you had that in the palm of your hand, but then you kind of just let it slip. Anyways,
Kind of like Seoul lets every series slip. Okay.
not every series,
But then
just the recent ones. Then the follow it up, London versus Hangzhou. These are Nova versus formerly favorite teams. I would like to hear your opinions on this, Mr.
Before Houston became his favorite team.
Before Houston became his favorite team.
Well, well, first off, I still respect these teams, although I'm legally bound to say that I can't like them. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I respect them. Yeah, I can't show love, but I can respect. These are two great teams. I'm praying to everyone.
Okay.
All of the spiritual beings that people pray to,
Okay.
that Sport can actually freaking win a game this week. London, I know you're doing phenomenal, but I need you to help Spark out, so they can win. You know, they'll spot you next week. Don't worry, or something like that. I don't know how it's gonna work out,
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
but yeah. Respect to both teams. You know, if either one, of course, one has to win, but whichever team does win, you know, that one goes up, one goes down. It's all right. It's all good.
Left, right, we all know how it goes.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because, you know,
Houston.
so yeah, it's all good.
I think London's going to win this one in a 3-1 fashion. Hangzhou hasn't been that spicy lately, and yeah, I'm just going to stick with that one. Then JT's favorite matchup of the entire weekend, and honestly, probably mine as well. New York up against Shanghai Dragons. Now, this one's going to be a highly anticipated matchup because these two are the top teams in not only the Asian region, but in the entire league. So this is definitely going to be a good matchup. I see this going the distance. Definitely a Game 5 scenario, but I do see Shanghai pulling this one on top. I could see New York, pulling out some crazy stops, but definitely Shanghai. You can't see it, but I'm wearing Shanghai socks. I'm not flexible enough. I can't do it. So, yeah. Shanghai.
What has this gone to?
Funny.
Oh my lord. I think New York wins this one. Since the last time they've played, they picked up Haskell and had some time with him. We saw last week what New York could do against Charge. I think it's time for them to prove it against what considerably is probably the best team in the league right now. It's to take that mantle, go into the playoffs.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't hear any of that because it sounded
you were
like a
playing
whole
with your
bunch of
socks?
bull crap.
Oh.
Because Shanghai's winning this one.
I don't know.
It was sucks.
I was trying to get my foot up here. I am just not flexible. It's really hard for a 6'4" guy. Anyways, to start off the NA side of day 2, we have Paris literally about to sweep Washington Justice under the rug.
Yeah, everyone agrees 3-0.
I agree 3-0.
We agreed 3-0.
Yeah, it's easy. Toronto
This is a good
up
matchup,
against
though.
Vancouver. That's a little better. You got the Canadians throwing
Vancouver.
maple syrup on each other.
Come on, Vancouver. You need another win, guys.
I'm going for Toronto
Separate-
on this one. I
I'm
need you
going
guys
for-
to start your redemption arc.
I'm going for Vancouver.
Why?
So that way I can have a better argument that they're still better than Houston.
Hey,
See,
watch
and
out
just because
there.
of that, we're gonna go for Toronto. Obviously,
There you go.
it just clearly makes sense. There's no bias because someone just said a comment like 1 minute ago, but we're obviously going for Toronto. I feel pretty good. They got against some top dogs, so I think Canadian fight right here. Toronto wins it.
A lot of maple syrup and leaves all over the place. And to conclude day 2, a matchup that in Novabird's eyes
Yeah, I would
is
love
gonna be
to
a
hear
battle, a brawl, the
I would
last
love to hear
sweat.
his-
Houston
Please
tell me how
versus
Houston's gonna win
San
this.
Francisco.
Please tell me how Houston's going to find a way to win this.
I would
pretty
love to hear this too. Let's
It's
do
pretty
this from the coach
simple.
and E
It's
CEO.
pretty simple. So, how we're going to win this? Because you already know we are. See this headset right here? I won't be telling them what to do. Okay? When I say
Don't forget to cover your
I see-
mouth.
when I say double shield, they're going double shield. Okay? When I tell them, hey, get that thing Genji, get the Genji, they're going to get the Genji. It's pretty simple. San Francisco, I think it's honestly time for them to meet the new reigning champions that are coming up, Houston Outlaws. I'm feeling pretty good about this season, even though we got like 2 weeks left.
2 weeks, yeah.
But other than that, it's pretty simple. Gonna lay down the works. In halftime, if we're not looking good, which we shouldn't be, we should honestly be up 2-0. I will step in. I am technically a player, so I will be filling in if people aren't doing their jobs. Pretty simple.
You whip them into safe. Good regimen.
So, what roles do you play?
I play all. I'm a flex.
He is a pure flex player.
If you had to rank yourself, with no bias, what rank would you put yourself?
On the team or players in the whole league?
The whole league.
The whole league. I'm obviously gonna give props to like Carpe, but I'm probably like first and a half. Because I'm not second place, definitely.
Right.
I honestly think I could be first place. I'm actually surprised a lot of players haven't heard about me. I'm just coming up, starting, and
right, just like that platinum player in the contenders region. He just showed up and destroyed the whole contenders team. A lot of new blood.
Exactly. I actually been keeping my profile pretty low, hence why you can't see my eyes right now.
Right.
But I honestly know this game backwards, forwards, upside down, all around. So I think we can do this, no problem. Houston, 3-0, San Francisco. We're taking everybody's head off. Yeah, we got this. Reigning champions, more like reigning non-champions. So let's do this.
I don't even need to comment because everyone knows what this is going to be.
I agree 100% with Novaverse. This is great attitude. I like that about the new CEO, head coach, team leader, player substitute, and partial janitor.
HR department
as well.
Best player in the league, MVP coming up.
Exactly, the new MVP for the Overwatch League season 2 and 3. He was the actual one last season, but no one talks about that. So
stolen.
Day 3.
Kanye West came up and interrupted.
What the? Day 3.
That's why he had a
Dallas,
meltdown.
Oh my gosh, Dallas is up against Atlanta.
I think this is clear.
Right, Atlanta
Dallas wins
this. Whoa.
Yeah, I think Dallas wins this 3-1.
Hold up. It's Atlanta dub 3.
Dallas wins 3-1.
I give them 3-1. Maybe game 5. Maybe if they show up against Philly.
Dallas will beat them in 3-1. I don't think they'll get to game 5.
I don't see how Dallas is in any way, shape, or form going to dominate a team such as the Reign.
Well, let me tell you something. So we happen to have new ownership too.
Oh, when did it really?
Houston also bought Dallas.
So the same person that owns Houston Outlaws owns Dallas Fuel?
Yeah, we're actually fusing the teams.
Really?
I didn't hear about this.
Oh.
I didn't hear about this.
That's what they did with your $20. They went and bought Dallas.
Dang it, I should have given that money.
So what's the new team going to be called?
Who Dallas?
Texas Rangers?
Who Dallas?
Austin.
Ew.
Austin Avenger.
Outlaw Fuel.
Oh, that's the Houston Dallas.
It's the Outlaw Fuel.
Outlaw Fuel.
Okay. We're the Texas Outlaw Fuel.
We stole some fuel, baby.
Yeah. Apparently these Texas teams were partnering up. Apparently didn't know about this, but Dallas will be the child I don't care about. All my attention is going to my firstborn child. He is the all-star. Houston Outlaws, we got this.
Dallas, Loki to your Thor.
Dallas, go in your room. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to. Exactly. Close your door. We're practicing in the yard with Houston right now. Colleges are calling him. We need his scholarships and everything. We're focusing on Houston. Okay? So.
Moving on to Cincinnati.
Yeah, moving on.
Florida versus LA Gladiators, second matchup of the day. Probably one of the better matchups of the whole weekend that could go either way. I see, as a Florida fan, can see Florida definitely winning this as a 3-1, possibly Game 5 scenario, depending on which LA Gladiators wants to show up. If it's the one that lost against Houston, they won't stand a chance. But if it's the one that took Philly to Game 5, then this will be a really, really good matchup.
at Game 5. And I think LAG... I think LAG has a good matchup here. I think they win this.
Okay, that was an interesting pause there.
I was thinking about the players and their matchups and play styles, and I think LAG has a better play style here.
I mean, Florida has better players, to say the least.
I don't agree with that.
I think
they might be. I think they're a better team. I don't think they have better players.
Then LAG, I think they do have better players. Now, I'm not saying they have the best players in the league. Florida?
Yeah, I think Florida has better coaches.
Yeah, they have a really good team structure with the players and coaches. They just sometimes just can't clutch it, like a lot of teams.
They don't have a coach like me, though. So.
They don't have a coach like Noververse, though. No,
Houston and Dallas are on the whole new level.
Whole new level.
Houston Dallas.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's Game 5. I think LAG takes it, though.
Yeah, I'm going to give it the Gladiators. I already talked about this multiple times. Florida keeps on playing each week, so you're going to hear me say it each week. I don't trust Florida anymore. They are scum between my toes. I hate them because they made me lose money. But I shouldn't worry about it because I actually have lots of money. Yeah. So that's no problem for me. But I still don't like you, Florida. We're obviously going for the Gladiators to win this one. It's pretty simple because Florida, you guys suck.
Okay.
Saying that as opponents, right?
It's a respected opponent.
A respectful opponent. I'm not saying this because of hatred.
Not at all. And to conclude the weekend in day 3 until the undetermined matchup, it's Philly against LA Valiant.
We get to see a 3-0.
We see a 3-2 in the side of.
Oh my God!
Yes, Valiant's gonna pull off the stops. They're going to be confident over a possible dub over Houston, and they're going to be like, you know what, we aren't out of this just yet, and they're going to bring it to distance to Philly. Philly's not going to see it coming. Like, whose man's is this? Whose man's is this?
Am I on like a bunch of heroin or something? What is happening right now?
And then in game, they're going to do a reverse 3-0 sweep on LA Valiant. That's what's going to happen.
No, you're quite foolish, actually, because I already told you what was going to happen. No. Houston was going to 3-0 LAV.
Okay.
And because of them getting swept like that, LAV is going to have crippling depression against Philadelphia. And so when they go up against them, they are going to actually, when they're playing, going to be crying during the game.
Really?
Yeah. So are you? I forgot the name. KSF.
KSP, Shaq.
KSP, Gravy, I don't care who you are. I'm Mick Gravy. Well, you're about to get this Mick L because Philadelphia is going to beat you guys up, no problem. And we'll help you guys too with that. So you're welcome.
They're crippling depression.
Okay, so that's gonna wrap it up here. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on how this weekend's going to go, how you think of the new coach, CEO, owner, janitor, and player for the Houston Outlaws. And don't forget to check our other videos. On my channel as well, we have a little matchup on a Halo 5 tournament that we kind of hosted, so definitely check that out. Go below. I'm Captain Zeus. That's JT. That's Coach Burst. And we will catch you guys later. See ya.